Okay, it is 5.1. I just got finished making 5.0, but I was thinking of something as I was sitting down here waiting for the next probably 2 hours before I get out of this place. One of the things that has, I think, struck me the most in coming into contact with all these quote-unquote strangers that I have recently, these children, grown children, or parents, or witnesses, or children, is, a lot of them are in hiding, and a lot of them are so traumatized. Some of them are barely function. Some of them, their PTSD is so severe they don't get out of bed for days, and I know what that feels like. My PTSD has been that severe. For people that don't understand PTSD, it's a fight or flight response, but that fight or flight response goes haywire with chronic severe trauma, and you go into what's called a freeze response, and it literally means that you freeze. And as much as your mind might want to go and do something or move or react, you literally don't have the ability anymore. Your body is trapped, your mind is frozen with constant flashbacks and memories, and there's no worse feeling in the world. And it actually makes me choked up a little bit talking about it. But one of the things that struck me, and this is my own journey of healing in PTSD, because normally I can get into these places very easily, and I'm doing this as a part of my own journey and facing my own fears. And as I've met these strangers that have, for reasons I don't know, entrusted me over just providing little bits of information over months through various resources, and I won't say how, little bits of information of their stories, gained a trust in me. And I did represent some of their greatest fears. I was in law enforcement, and they've been rejected and harmed by law enforcement not listening to their stories, which is heartbreaking to me, because law enforcement officers, FBI agents, the people that work on the streets, most of them, the majority of them, are good, honest, hardworking, wonderful people who would do anything to help these kids and victims in general, and they work hard every day, and they get a reputation because of these evil creatures at the top that take advantage of the system and abuse their power against these the innocents, and just abuse their power in general, and then abuse their power against us who are trying to do the right thing. But one of the things that really has struck me is, after I've spent time with these young people, I call them kids, a lot of them aren't kids, they're barely over 18, but listening to their horrible stories of trauma as children, stories that they thought no human would ever be able to listen to and hear and sit with and stay with, and not melt down, or not become fearful, or just being present with them and allowing them to share at their own pace and to work slowly into that trusting relationship. At the end of every one of these trips, these kids, these people who, when I first meet them, are obviously very maintain a level of distance, and they're scared, and they're they've been scared to leave the house, or they're just scared in general. And at the end of every one of these trips, they are crying usually, and and hug me, or want me to hug them, and which is very, very hard for someone who's been traumatized in the way they have. And some of them beg me to stay, and offer to try to get me to stay in some way, and I know that feeling, because they just don't want to be alone anymore. So I'm working hard to help them not feel that way, and to connect them. And, that happened again today. Somebody crying and, begging me to stay longer because they're just tired of being alone and tired of being scared. And we really need to work hard as a society and as a country to bring these people forward and to get them healing and to let their stories be told, because they're just, wonderful kids and just have been through so much, and they need human contact, and they need to trust again, and they need the good people of this country, and there are so many of us, to step forward and be that person that can listen and they can trust and will stand up in front of them on behalf of them, and will pound the doors of ICE or the FBI or Congress or whoever until someone listens to their story. We need to be their feet, we need to be their voices, we need to be their hands. They are incapable at times right now because of the level of trauma. I have been incapable. I sometimes feel incapable, but I'm doing my best to go forward in my own way. And but they need us. And so all the people that watch these videos or watch other people's videos or are concerned about all this that's going on in the country, fight for these guys. Call your congressman. Call whoever. Call federal agencies. Let them know that this is. They know what's going on, but let them know you are concerned. You are paying attention. You are going to fight. You are going to write letters. You are not going to stop. You are not going to let this be buried like the Franklin scandal was, and the many other scandals throughout the years in our country. You're not going to let it happen anymore. You are joining together in an army of heroic citizens who are stepping forth on behalf of their country, on behalf of innocent people, on behalf of whistleblowers, on behalf of victims, to do something and change these circumstances. The power belongs to the people, not to the ones that have stolen the power, and we are going to take it back. So just wanted to give that, I guess, a rah-rah speech to myself almost, but to some of you also. And checking out for now, and hopefully the plane leaves soon. So.